how would you like to have an offer that you know is sellable? How about an offer that is so desirable to the people listening that they want it without even knowing the details? Sounds pretty good, right? So today I want to share with you how to create an amazing offer in just 3 simple steps. My name is Catherine Schubert. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer of the SALESGIRLs. And the reason I want to share this process with you is because we have generated with our own offers and creating different ones over $10 million in transformation by just doing these 3 simple steps I'm about to show you. And what is even better is that we have trained thousands of sales girls, okay? But in the last year, we have worked closely in a little incubator with around 20 female entrepreneurs to generate close to $5 million in their new offers. That's amazing, and that is the power of creating value in the world. Okay, so are you ready to hear what I have to share with you, these 3 simple steps? Okay. First thing you want to do when you're creating an amazing offer, and I say amazing because it means that it is above average. It is something that people are amazed at, like this, and you're about to see how that unfolds. The first thing you want to do, there are 3 components. The first thing you want to do, write this down, is to name your qualifications. Name your unique qualifications, actually. That what comes up for people when we talk about unique qualifications is they're like, yeah, I guess that is important, but is it really necessary to talk about? Is it really that special? So just last week I was coaching someone and she has a PR skill, so public relations skill. It's so cool. She could help people put themselves out there on news stations and all this kind of stuff. And she has a very unique experience in the military. She's a military spouse. And so she's like, ooh, I have this cool entrepreneurial experience with the military spouses, but I don't know about that. I don't know if I want to do that. And I want to assure you that your unique experience is what makes your offer special. Your unique experience is what makes your offer special. How do I know that? Well, who in here has heard of Alex Hormozi? Alex Hormozi is the co-founder, along with his wife, Layla, of acquisition.com. And right now, they invest in businesses to be part of their portfolio that is close to $1 billion. That was their goal, and they are fast approaching that because people want to invest with them because they know business so well. But you know what people don't talk about? Is how he started. How he started was in one-to-one conversations at gyms, talking to the 6-year-old woman about signing up for the supplements, or the 45-year-old guy who's like, oh, I just need to be consistent. Conversation after conversation helped him understand the gym industry. It was a unique qualification. And what did he end up doing? He ended up starting and seeing, ooh, here's how memberships could increase. Here's how retention could increase for a gym. And he ended up starting Gym Launch. Gym Launch, we're going to get into this in a little bit, but it ended up selling for tens and tens of millions of dollars. Why? Because he had a unique qualification that helped him ultimately help more people. Now, another person I want to tell you about is named Katie. She's our client, and she's an operator. And when she got her initial start into the professional world, y'all, she went to Georgia Tech and became an aerospace engineer. She literally worked on rocket ships. When people say it's rocket science, she's like, oh, I know rocket science. She's an operator, and there's thousands of operators who do what? They work on technology, optimizing systems, all kind of stuff, right? And when we're talking to her as our client, she's like, yeah, I don't see how it's related. I'm like, really? Because when you're putting a rocket up into space, it's kind of life or death, is it not? Yeah. Okay, well, when you're an entrepreneur who's put everything on the line, it's kind of like life or death, is it not? Yeah. When you're launching a business, it's kind of like putting all this pressure to get over this inertia from the ground and getting it in momentum, is it not? Yeah. So I was like, well, isn't your unique experience the very thing that reveals the value you can provide to the market? Yeah. It is. This is why step 1 is to name your unique qualifications. I'm serious. Like, do this exercise and think, what are all the qualities? What are qualifications? What are all the qualities that make you different? That tell your story, that give you experience and context for why something matters, because that's what you can leverage and help someone say, oh my gosh, she sees my business like a rocket. She understands life or death. She understands that something complex needs to be as simple as possible for it to work. How cool is that? There's one other person I want to share with you their qualifications. But it's so, y'all, the difference between Katie and Alex, she's undervaluing her experience, and he's like, well, Jim's, it's like men see things more obvious. It's like, well, I'm just gonna go with the most obvious direction. When we're like, nah, it can't be that easy. The messaging can't be that simple. It's right in front of me. But that's actually what quantum leaps are actually born from, is the most obvious next step. And that's what unlocks a lot of things for you. Okay. This third story is actually of someone who I'm going to call Sarah. And Sarah is a life coach who was in corporate for 20 years. And she was, upon reflection, she's like, I've actually been coaching people for 20 years, like unintentionally, because I had team members who were working on hard projects, who want to get promoted, who are doing all of these like little things, and they need mindset help. And now she's a life coach out on her own. But she's like, what's my specialty? Who am I talking to? I'm like, your unique experience is what reveals the value you have to provide to the market. It is what shows your unique experience with corporate leadership is the thing that reveals the value to women in the C-suite who want to get promoted to the C-suite. Does this make sense? Yes. Okay. So if you'll identify your unique qualifications, it will amplify their potential results. Identify your unique qualifications, and it will amplify their potential. Does that make sense? Awesome. Okay, so that was number one. Let's keep unpacking, okay? Number two is to consider their specific problem. To consider their specific problem. Now, why do I say it like this? Well, to consider, think about like being considerate. You're giving thought to it. You're saying like, wow, if I were in your shoes, how would I feel? Okay, consider their specific problem. Now, I coach so many thousands of people in this world that I live in, that the first thing that I come up against, like a brick wall, is I just don't want to limit myself to their specific problem. They don't say it like that. They just say, I don't want to limit myself. I don't want to limit myself. I can help with a lot of things. I'm in PR. I can help a lot of people with PR. I'm in coaching. I can help so many people in coaching. I am in operations. Oh my gosh, everyone needs operations. But what if thinking that you can help a lot of people is the thing that's actually limiting you? Thinking that you can help with a lot is actually what is limiting you if you're not getting the results that you want. Let's think about Sarah in corporate again. Sarah in corporate, she's saying like, oh, but I can help coach so many people. And so the question is, let's just think about this. She said, oh, I think I know what it is. I think I help people be confident. I help women be confident. I'm like, okay, let's test it. Which feels better to you as a listener? Women can become confident. I can help them become confident, or I can help the shy leader step into that next promotion. Number one or number two? Two. Another one. I help leaders like step into their power, okay? Or I work closely with C-suite leaders to lead team meetings in a visionary type of a way. Number two, right? If they have a specific problem like getting a promotion or leading team meetings, like that is the thing you obsess over that ends up revealing the value that you have to provide. But so often, right, well, I don't want to exclude anybody. I don't want to limit myself, that you end up being so general, and none of y'all responded to number one, which arguably is the more broad, general thing, right? So what if the thing that you think is actually expanding your life is actually what's limiting your life, right? So consider their specific problem. And just going back to Alex Hormozy, right now he helps businesses expand. Right now he's helping them go from, what is he doing now? Like $33 million a year or something to 30 and beyond. I mean, they're doing so well. But before that, their specific problem was gym retention. It was, gyms don't have enough money on the front end. So what can I do? I can specifically help gyms get more buyers up front so they have capital to reinvest. And then I'm going to help retain them so they have that growing recurring revenue that they want. That is the specific problems that helped him create Gym Launch. That sold for $42 million. It was a specific problem. And now, of course, he, to continue solving the gym problem, he created Allen Software, a supplement company, and one other one within the gym problem. The gym problem And now he's like, oh my gosh, like I see business as a whole. And now, after $100 million of exits, now he helps general business. Do you see what I'm saying? But what if he had gone from one-to-one selling to the 50-year-old lady or man to general business advice? It's like, we would not know who he was. Getting specific is what makes you prolific. Getting specific is what makes you prolific. It's what makes you become so good that then you become known. But people resist it, and I get it. But this is what will unlock your ability to make an amazing offer that people want. Okay, who's ready for number 3? Say me.
Me.
Okay, number 3, sell the offer before it's ready. Okay, we've named your qualifications, considered their specific problem. I'll finish that sentence. And now you sell it before it's ready. People are like, literally, Catherine Schubert? No. It must be ready because that's how I know it's right. Because honestly, the women that we serve who are listening to this video, listening to this podcast, you are good people. And you want to give the good thing. You want to do the right thing. And I want to tell you, you will not know it's right until you sell it. There's no way for you to know that it's right until you sell it. Why? Because selling is an input, not an output. Selling is an action, not a result. Selling gives you the feedback loop of clarity and refinement that actually lets you know what the market even wants. I was just listening to a podcast this morning where Russell Brunson was talking about frameworks, and he was saying he thought he had something going with this funnel thing. Okay, it turned out to be a big thing, but at the time it was like, okay, I think I know how to make funnels that make a lot of money for people. And he had only written his first book so far, and ended up by this weird serendipitous story meeting with the creator of Organifi, if you know that company. And neither one of them were very big at the time, but literally so serendipitous. He literally showed up at his house, and Russell's book was on the table, and they're like, this is the weirdest thing that's ever happened. But what ended up occurring was Russell said, hey, I really want to help you for free. I want to help you create a funnel and make money doing this thing that you want to do and change the world. He's like, why would you do that? He said, well, because I'm not so sure it's going to work. I'm not totally sure yet. It worked for me, but I don't know if it's going to work for you. So what did he do? He made the offer. He sold this based on his unique qualifications and a specific problem, which was, how can I help your message go into a funnel that sells? Specific problem. So he sold it before it was ready, and it ended up being a raging success. And so Russell's like, well, now I know that I can help more people. This is provable. The framework that he used on himself, he used on someone else. It's repeatable. He created his ClickFunnels Inner Circle. Sold 100 spots like instantly because he had proof. You will not have proof until you sell it. Okay, it will never be ready until you sell it. This has happened even for us. Russell did it for free, but you don't have to do it for free. I would actually just say, my advice would be price it in a way that there's an equal value exchange. Russell is like so tender and whatever, and so he's like, I'll just do this for the proof. I want to be able to tell the story, right? So that was the exchange here. For us, and for I think a lot of people, just pricing it in a way where there's equal investment, right? It's like, hey, I want to take on the risk of doing all this work for you. You take on the risk of paying me $1,000, whatever. When we first started our training, it was $500. And then people got results. And then people got results. And then they got this payoff. And it was like, wait, that payoff isn't making no sense. I paid personally $700 to take our training. And then within a year, I got a $10,000 month. It's like, okay, cool. So as you do it and you sell it and you refine it, you feel like you're going in this like weird spirally, or this weird repetitive circle, and you're actually going through a refinement circle. Okay, what you think is super, super repetitive and boring, like we'll just make the offer, talk to people, No, you actually learn so much. Where you start is not where you're going to end. Okay, so like I said, we started with a $500 4-week training, and it just kept growing and growing. People got these amazing results, and now it's a year-long program because of the time spent selling it before it was ready. Because guess what? There's no such thing as ready. There's only such thing as giving value now. Only such thing as giving value now. And this even happened. Someone made us an offer. One of our students approached us and said, hey, I really think I can help improve your delivery of the way that you speak. It's like, okay, cool. She said, yeah, you'll be able to talk for longer. You won't be tired. You'll actually come off very authoritative and calming and warm and still with a lot of competence. It's like, that's the payoff I want. So what do? The way you sell before you're ready is by focusing on the payoff, not the process of what you do. Because you might not even know the process, and it might be totally janky, and you'll never sell it till you show people the payoff. So what did she do? She showed us how our speaking could be better. And what she ended up doing was working with us week over week. She observed, where are they getting frustrated? Where are they doing really well? Where is it clicking? Where is it not clicking? And she refined it week over week. And we got to be the beneficiaries of her earning while she was learning. And you can do the exact same thing. If you're whether this is your 5th offer or 1st offer, go ahead and sell before you feel like it's ready. Because I'm telling you what, you may not be ready to sell it, but they are ready for the payoff. So go ahead and get up in there with the payoff, okay? Because if you're waiting for it to be right, you'll never be ready, okay? But they are ready for the payoff now, okay? And that is how you make an amazing offer. Guaranteed. Right here, baby. This is where the perfect offer meets. It's not obsessing over yourself and your qualifications. It's not obsessing over them too much. It's not only selling. It's considering all of it to make an amazing offer. And I want to reassure you that what feels so normal and average and I don't know about that. You're discounting your experience. You're discounting what people are telling you is their actual problem. What's normal to you is amazing to someone else. And that is how you change the world, one conversation at a time. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you on the next one.